loves, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Rachelle from Rashelle's Lifestyle. You sure who that is? How you guys doing? I miss you guys so much. I know I haven't been here for a little while, but we ain't gonna talk about what happened in the past because I'm here, I showed up, I'm present, and we're doing this. In this video, you guys will see a small little tutorial, okay, about me and this distressed locks that I did. Yeah, okay, so stay tuned, guys. For this tutorial, you will need 7 packs of any water wave hair, aka Passion Twist hair. I use the Realistic brand. You can use less water wave and add Marley hair if you'd like. You'll also need the Crochet needle, nail glue, oils of your choice, and a pair of scissors. So I started off on freshly washed hair that I moisturized, and I begged my cousin them plait up for me. Give them a one shake. Yeah, girl. So I applied the oils to my scalp and I also rubbed it right over the plaits as well. So we need 2 strands of hair for each lock. So what I'm gonna do now is opening up the lock so it gets that little rough look, which is needed to, you know, get that little distressed lock look that we really need. So I'm using my fingers. You guys can use a comb or a brush and just play around with it until it's fluffed out. You don't want it to be combed all the way out because it still needs some curls to be in it. The 2 strands of hair that I just combed out, I'm gonna take the crochet needle and feed it through the root of the plait, if that makes any sense. So it's a crochet method. I think most persons are familiar with that by now. It's very common. And I just pull it through to ensure that I have both ends of the hair. So I should have 2 separate strands, if that makes sense. So yeah, you see I have one over there and one on the other side. So what I'm doing now is I'm lining it up with my hair. I got my desired length, and the longer piece is what I am using to wrap the strand that's hanging down with the plait. Guys, it's extremely important that the first couple wraps that you make is extremely tight because we really want the base of the hair to be nice and tight. We don't want it to loosen out before it's time or stale out on you too early. This is where the fingers come into play. It's really between your index and the thumb fingers that you wrap the hair around, which is what will create that bump or a little bubble. So you guys just have to watch carefully. Some persons use index, some use thumb. I think I've used both interchangeably, but it all depends on what's comfortable for you. In essence, once you create a bump, you just wrap down a little, you create another bump, and you do that alternately. So guys, the fingers you use is really what is most comfortable for you. So as you see what I'm doing now, I'm wrapping it down, and to create another bump, I'm wrapping the hair around my finger, and then I slide my finger under that bump and use a wrapping hair to wrap at the base of it, so you get that smooth effect below the bump, if that makes any sense. And I continue that all the way down to the end. When I get to the end, I just put my index finger there and twist around that going up, and I will use the same method of my index finger to create that bump going back up toward the root of my hair, as you will see, because we're finishing off that lock. Although we're going back up, you see I push my finger there through the hair to create that little bump, So we just want to keep that little messy look because it's a messiness that really sells this style. And I'm at the end of it, take the nail glue to seal it off and you wrap it around. You can also make a little knot and seal it, because I've done that and I was doing the hair as well, just to finish it off. And then we palm roll that glue in. And then we clip the end off, the curly part. You can leave the curly end some parts of it if you want, you know, to add to the little style and thing, but it's up to you.
Many months later.
Hey guys, I'm back again. So I realized the video before probably wasn't clear enough, so it's been a couple of months and I'll be redoing these 3 locks at the front. As you can see, it's all grown out, so just bear with me. And as you see here, I'm pulling them out and then I'm gonna show you how I installed the locks again. So if you guys didn't get it before, I got you. So the first step is to prepare our water wave hair. It's 2 strands per lock, and as usual, we're fluffing it out, baby. We want it nice and fluffy. Yeah, okay. Let's fluff it out, fluff it out, fluff it out. And then I crochet the hair in at the root as usual. Put it on the hook, close the hook, slide it through. Get both sides out. Pull it down to measure, pull one side longer than the other so you can measure it to see your desired length, which is what I'm doing now. Trying to size it up to see how long I want it. And the longer piece is the piece that we used to wrap it around. As usual, the base we wrap very, very tight, probably around 3 to 4 times. You wrap it very, very tight. So after we wrap it around 3 or 4 times, this is where the niceness comes in, the finger trick. So you just wrap it around that finger. As I said earlier, it can be your thumb or your index finger, whichever you feel more comfortable using. Wrap it around the finger. And after you wrap it around your finger, you bring it back around and then you slide your finger from under it, under the hair. So just look closely. I wrap it around the finger, then I wrap it again while pulling my finger from underneath it. So I wrap, pull, and you can alternate it. You don't want all the locks to be even, so you can create bumps at different spots. Once you start, you'll get the hang of it, trust me. What I do realize though, guys, when I do other people's hair, I use my thumb, but when I did it in my hair, I realized I use my index finger. Guys, look at this spread that I really love. Depending on how you fluff out the hair, it will create its own bump. So you can use that as a cheat as well. It won't unravel, trust me. Now that I'm at the end of the lock, my finger is strategically placed at the base of the lock. Just wrapped the hair above that, going upwards. And as you can see, I'm wrapping in an upward direction. And where possible, I create bumps as I go along. And if you look closely, you will see I wrap the hair around my thumb and then I continue wrapping while my hair is under the thumb. Then I remove it and then you'll see the bump. So I just go up until the hair fades away. And you can tie it and you can use the nail glue as well. As you can see, I'm using the nail glue to seal the end. Palm roll it in, then that's it, my loves. And that's what it's looking like. You can see the bumps right throughout the lock. With this method, we're just installing one fluffed out water wave hair at first. Ensure it's really fluffed out, as you see me holding right there. And we're going to install that in. Remember, we have to wrap the roots very tight, so that's what I'm doing right here. The beauty about this method is that you're really just wrapping it straight down. You're not really concerned about leaving any bumps, etc. Just bear with me, guys. So you just wrap it down like a regular faux lock for now. So we just wrap it right down to the end and we come back up as usual to finish it off. Then we grab another strand of the water wave hair and I'm crocheting it at that point, not too far from the root. It can be crocheted in, or you can just break one side of it and wrap around it. Please note that this water wave hair, this strand that I'm using, is not fluffed out. We're using it as is with the curl pattern in place. So we're wrapping that around the lot that is already done, and we're doing it in a way so that we have spaces between it. So in essence, when I wrap the hair that I bring around should not be touching each other. It should be going around the lock so that the spaces between it would bubble up or cause a bump, if that makes any sense. If you guys look, you'll see it coming together. And we're just wrapped to the end with that same method. Now that we get to the end, we're gonna go back up and we're using the thumb method. So we wrap the hair around the thumb, remove the thumb, and it will create a bubble. So we do that going up until we get to the end. And I just tied it to seal it. And this is what the finished product looks like. Okay, so I installed a third lock off camera. The only thing I did differently was that I used 1.5 pieces of water wave hair as the base, and then I used one more strand of hair to wrap around it, so it looks a little teeny bit thicker than the one in the middle. That's really it, guys. So you guys can be the judge to see which of the 3 locks you like the best. And I hope I was some semblance of assistance to some of y'all that looking for help. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please drop a comment below, and if you haven't already, subscribe to Rashelle's Lifestyle. Yeah, guys, just please remember to continue showing me the love, like my videos, subscribe, share, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend, so we can just grow and, yeah, me.